Good afternoon, everybody. It is Monday. It is beautiful. I am missing my husband, my work husband again. I don't know if you know that there are a lot of problems with airplanes. I'm missing my work husband, I'm missing my second guest, and I'm missing Stephanie, my co founder of the club, who is also at the airport. So the airport is screwing up my guests. But I'm very happy to tell you that I have a beautiful, nice young man today. His name is Bradley Marco. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
And I'm looking at this handsome young man who brought me delicious, what are these called? Crullers? No, they're
Eclairs.
eclairs. And Greg, so sorry you're not here. He loves eclairs.
Is that right?
Funny
He's
you
missing
brought
out.
eclairs.
Yeah.
And they are going to be great, and I can't wait to taste them.
I come
And they're
bearing
from
gifts.
a company called Sip and Go.
Sip and Co.
Sip and Co.
Hmm.
All right. And they're in Manhattan. And where are they again?
So they're on 58th Street, right between 6th and 5th Avenue, south of Central Park. With
Wow.
this cute coffee shop. They have an awesome pastry chef out there. You could get great food there, salad, sandwiches. So we like to go to those kind of coffee shops instead of the Starbucks, you know?
Yeah, well, I find Starbucks is kind of strong.
Mm.
But I do go there. I mean, it's nice to go there. You know.
Convenient.
And our first guest, Mariana Iaboni. She's an Italian from Queens. Mariana, you're going to love this gentleman, Bradley. So don't leave your TV. It's always nice to see you. You're one of our favorite people that watch all the time. So thank you. So today is one of the days of National Pride Day.
Mm.
And yesterday there was a big parade in Manhattan.
Yeah.
And we promoted, and I understand that it was just great. And it says here, run, walk, skip, or dance, but you have to be at the parade.
Mm.
And then today there's other parades
Oh, is
in
that
other
right?
parts of, like my daughter lives in Maryland, so she said there's one today in Maryland.
Yeah.
And, just they're all over the place if you wanted to
All
look
month,
them up.
right?
Yeah. And my daughter is married to her lovely wife, and they're called the Jens.
Oh.
They're both Jennifers,
Yeah.
but we call them the Jens. They're
That's
like
cute.
a little, and they also, during the pandemic, started a band
Yeah.
with the Jens and my grandchildren called the Coronas. And they're great.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they used to send us a song every day.
Every day.
Yeah, but now it's not as much.
Yeah.
But they're very creative, and they're just great kids. So happy Pride Day to my daughters
Sure.
in Maryland. It's also National Barcode Day. See, this is something I look up a lot of things.
National.
Barcode. You know the barcode on the bottom of what you buy?
It's all about QR codes today. I don't know. This one I
Yeah.
might have to get stricken out, huh?
40 years of efficiency and accuracy began on June 26th in 74 when a clerk scanned a Wrigley's Juicy Fruit gum at a supermarket called Marsh in Troy, Ohio. On that day, the barcode system invented by an IBM engineer, George Lauer, began to change the world. So, George, congratulations, because those barcodes, they made life a lot easier.
Yeah, the real MVP, huh?
Yeah.
Now, I'm actually thinking, what do we do before barcodes? Punching serial numbers every time?
We actually put in $2.02
Yeah.
because I worked at King Cullen. So, Nicole, thank you for watching. Nicole is watching too this morning. Nicole works with Mr. Shub, and Mr. Shub is a great performer. Another one. And Mr. Shub should meet this gentleman today because he's absolutely wonderful. So thanks for watching, Nicole.
Yeah, thank you, Nicole.
So, so though we do every day, every time we're on, we do what's happening for the National Day.
Right.
Did you know you could look that up every day?
No, this is
See,
cool,
people I teach people everything.
Yeah, you do.
And, sometimes it's National Chocolate Ice Cream Day. You buy your friend.
I hope that's
or
today.
or your girlfriend or whoever ice cream.
Something sweet. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, I
Maybe
love
eclair
ice
day,
cream,
right?
but I love eclairs too. And I'm very glad that Gregg is not here because if he was,
They'd be
he
gone.
would have taken it.
They'd be
He
gone.
steals the food all the time, never
Yeah.
ends. And I also have to congratulate Rosa because Rosa got engaged last night. Only
Wow.
it was an opposite. She proposed to her man,
Good for her.
and I was involved a
for
little
her.
bit in,
Yeah, flip it up.
Yes, and she called me this morning to tell Susan because Susan helped her pick the ring for her
Right.
husband, future husband. So we're involved in a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah, you got a lot
We
going
make
on.
people happy and laugh,
That's what it's all about, right?
That is. And now we also have Ray Luisi, who is Mr. Shoup, the owner of the band. He's watching now, too.
He's watching.
And David Lang, one of our authors in our book.
Beautiful.
So we have people that like us. I don't know why.
Tuning in.
Yeah. David
We'll give him a reason
Lang
why.
not only wrote a book, he's in anthropology books, like 17 of them with stories.
Wow.
He writes a story. He goes through his life and he repeats something that happened and he makes a really nice story out of it.
That's nice.
Yeah, it is nice. So anyway, first thing we usually do on the show is people get Italian bread. But because I got all these cancellations this morning, you're getting popcorn.
I'm getting popcorn.
But
I'm getting
normally
the short
everybody
stick,
gets Italian bread, just so you know. So this is all for you. This is your little giveaway and all about us,
that's
okay?
Very sweet. Thank you.
And don't forget, I have to give you the little book when you leave. So anyway, let's talk about, first of all, how did I meet you? Oh, Sonny McCutcheon. Where is Gregg? Gregg's at the airport. He couldn't get in. And David's saying, of course we like you. And Ray, every time I tune in, I want some of Valentina's bread. Well, just call me. Come on again, and we'll get you some bread.
Now I need to come back for this bread.
Glenn Polak. Glenn is a printer. If you ever need to make some pretty things, if you notice our stuff is very, very, very pretty, because Glenn prints everything for us.
Oh.
And we do a lot of marketing and make things look nice.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
That's important.
It is. Crazy is important and nice. Bitches we don't allow in this group.
None of that.
No. There are all women and men, believe it or not. But when we meet for meetings and we have them here,
Yeah.
and we have new people show up and they come in like sassy, I'm like, guess what? We don't have bitches.
Good thing I
here."
left my sass at my apartment.
Yeah.
I know.
So I met you because of the lady that I am working with on the Fontanas, which
That's
is
right.
going to be the first series coming up in October.
Yep.
And her name is Angela. She's a doll.
hmm
I love her much. So how do you know Angela?
Angela's awesome. She's going to be here soon, hopefully, so you get to meet her. I met Angela through acting, actually.
Acting?
Yep. We were on a short film together. Frankie, who directed it and written it, Frankie Capello. Really awesome friend of ours, too. But she's great. I mean, seeing her in action, speak of the devil.
There
that
she
is
is.
rolling in.
We were waiting for you. Yes, come on
We
on.
are.
Take your jacket off. You're right here. You're not getting away with it.
I
That's
told her you
it.
should have gave her
Look
a
how
heads up,
pretty
huh?
she looks.
Oh,
She's a doll. Such a doll.
happy
You didn't know
birthday,
you were
Angela.
on, but you are. We had a cancellation. I love your birthday dress. Whoa, look at how gorgeous you look.
Great to see you.
So you would see, he was just telling me how he met you. So,
Yeah, so we met through acting.
right.
I was just telling about Frankie. We're on the short film. It's been really great.
And the film has been shown yet or no?
So I don't think to the public. Am I wrong with that?
It's on film. It's in film festivals.
And what's the name of the film?
It is called Cheers to Life.
Oh, that sounds positive. Yeah, that sounds very positive, which
Yeah.
I'm not surprised about. So, what were you in the film to each other? Were you lovers? Were you friends? Were you acquaintances? Were you the mailman?
Not the mailman this role.
No, no.
I get typecasted as a mailman all the time.
You do?
No.
I didn't think so.
No.
I'd
There's certain
say you get
characters, not a
typecasted
mailman.
as a hotshot because you're some handsome guy.
Oh, you're gassing me up. But we were a little flirtatious because we were friends. We had friend couples, right? She was with her girlfriend. I was with my buddy, and we were approaching them as two pretty ladies at the restaurant. And we're
Okay.
trying to, make some moves and be friendly
And funny.
and funny. That's right. It is
So
a
you
funny
had a
film.
great time,
We had a
obviously, on this movie.
Yeah. I mean, just really great people working with. And I thought the script was funny. Like, we were cracking up.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, we still have jokes
And
with
you
it.
kept in touch because once you do something, you learn, you meet good people.
Yeah,
You help each other, right?
that's been invaluable.
Right.
We were just in Roslyn. We saw a comedy show out there.
Oh,
Gooba and Johnny at Roslyn Cellar, right?
Goomba Johnny?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that
yeah.
must have been good, yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him too, and he's hard to get.
Yeah.
He's hard to get here, that's for sure. He's
A man
very,
We'll
in-
work on it. We'll
yeah,
work on it.
he's a man in demand, huh?
yeah, I know that. So, what else are you doing? Because I know you're doing a lot of things, but before we go into what you're doing, did you do
Sure.
some other movies? Did you do
So
a lot of comedy clubs?
certainly comedy clubs.
Mm-hmm.
Doing that every week, but with that, I'm still acting. I take acting classes. Michael Lugio, he's awesome. I have
And
to-
where do you take that, in the city?
That's in the city. I could walk to it from my apartment, which is nice.
That's great.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Subway if it's too hot or cold, but
Mm-hmm.
I could walk there. And he's really awesome, Michael. He has a small class. You know, he actually has to refuse a lot of work, and he does private coaching sessions. He has a lot of really
How do you spell his last name?
Luggio.
Oh, Luigi.
So he is. He's really fantastic. I mean,
Really?
yeah, I
So
feel
you
lucky.
learn a lot from him, right?
I'm learning a ton, but this is my first formal training, right?
Oh, so you did it all just on your personality before.
It was a lot of typecasting,
Right. Mm-hmm.
So he's training me to go beyond that.
Great. Are you SAG? Are you in SAG?
Mm-mm.
Not yet.
No.
So you're like me.
Yeah, is
We
that
need
right?
to come up with bucks for that, right?
Yeah, I guess so, right? They'll flag you down if you do a few gigs.
Yeah. The Casual Crew is watching. That's the company that's
Oh,
doing
that's
our
awesome.
movie.
Is that right?
The kids, there were
Yeah.
7 or 8 of them. They are fabulous.
Fantastic.
Thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for carrying all my bags to the car yesterday. They were great.
You're
I'm
putting
telling
everybody to work, aren't you?
You. And you know
Valentina?
what? Guess where I met them?
Where?
At a film festival.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, come here, I need help with my car. And they came over and carried all my bags into the film
Oh,
festival
that's sweet.
2.5 years ago, 3 years ago. So, they say talk to as many people as you can. It's the truth.
Yeah.
It's really the
It's about
truth.
the networking, right?
Yes, and that's how
Absolutely.
why I'm sitting here, because some people will call it diarrhea of the mouth, but it's not diarrhea, it's nice diarrhea.
It's nice diarrhea. Maybe we got to work on that phrasing a little
Yeah,
bit.
I know.
I
Well,
don't
I
think
just-
nice diarrhea is
That's
gonna.
right,
Yeah, but
He's
in,
not selling
in
us
other
it.
words, I call myself a billboard.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what I do, because sometimes it's expensive to keep marketing. So you go everywhere, and I'm always carrying my cards. You'll see them in there. And even when I go to a play, I take like 100 of them, right?
Yeah.
Whoever I'm sitting next to, I just wrote my book. And they take, oh, thank you. Sometimes they order, sometimes they don't. But I always say to
Yeah,
people, you know what? Just do me one favor. Look at my website.
You
And
got to be
sometimes
your
they
biggest
do.
advocate, right?
Well, you do, because you don't realize if you're not, you have to just keep positive, and you guys know that already. So,
Absolutely.
so happy birthday!
Thank you.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
This is
Thank
for
you. I'm
you.
having a
We were
great-
hoping that you were going to
Oh
come,
my goodness.
You can
Thank
take it
you. Great
home.
way to start my day.
and this is for you too. A little something
Aw,
from me
you're
and
the
Susan.
best.
That's from the
Thank
both
you.
of us.
Thank you,
Yes.
Susan.
I'm telling
That's
I was just
awesome.
telling them, like you're like a daughter, second
I
daughter to me.
know. Hey, you're my mama now.
Yeah, well, everybody's mama on this show,
Yeah.
but they don't like me at
absolutely.
all. None of them like me.
Yeah,
I
That
don't
means
know.
you're doing your job. That means
Yeah,
you're doing a really good job.
exactly.
man.
Exactly.
Exactly. So anyway, tell us about what you have to explain to me. When I called you
Sure.
up, I said, "So what's a Medican? Or what's a Medican?
I get it all the time, huh?
What the hell are you
I
doing?
didn't make this easy on people. That's
What
for
the
sure.
hell is it?" And I'm
Not at
looking
all.
at Aj Doe, and now I'm Italian.
Yeah.
But I didn't get it.
Yeah, yeah.
Until I spoke to you.
Yeah. That's why I
And-
try to have the phonetics with it too.
Yeah,
But
no, it's very good. I love your website. You say, let's have some fun. Fun is what we do at the Breakfast Club all
That's
the
it.
time.
That's it.
So you're in the right place with the right people. And I would like you to come back and meet Gregg one day.
I appreciate. I would love that.
Yeah.
And get
So-
that
Great
bread. huh?
today.
He's at the airport.
Oh, okay.
So here we go again. And you are one of the country's top comics, it says here.
Those are some big words.
The Medigans
I'll take it.
is an idea,
I'll
it's a
take it.
collaboration, and it's a brand.
Yeah.
And you grew your brand again because you are a comedian, but you grew it again by becoming the Medigan.
Yeah, the Medigans.
So let's talk about what is a Medigan. Another great one of our workers just walked in.
Hi
That's
there.
Jenny.
Hey, Jenny.
So what is a Medigan?
A Medigan, right? So I adopted this from my Jersey friends, Italian American, of course. Medigan is Americano. That's what it's slang
Americana,
for.
like an
Americanico.
American.
Yep. And so it was more relevant back in the day, more so for my grandparents when they were the broke Italian immigrants coming in through the boat, off the boat, through Ellis Island. And when there was more prejudice against Italian Americans, there was also more pride. Kind of goes hand to hand, right? Adversity comes pride. But there was a distinction between, which is less so today, more a non-ethnic white versus an Italian American who we are very much so white, especially today. And so they would refer to these non-ethnic whites as Medigans, right?
Medigans. Now I know
Usually
how
wouldn't
to
be
say
too
it.
nice
bit of a
though, right?
slang.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too nice though. Like, oh yeah, they're Medigan. You know,
Oh, okay.
what is this ketchup on my spaghetti sauce? That Medigan.
But that's with an R, Medican.
It depends, right? It's so
Because I see a D, a Medigan.
Medigan, yeah.
So what's the difference between a Medican and a Medigan?
So I think we're saying the same thing here. End of the
Okay,
day,
okay.
this is slang, right?
It's
You
like
know, you're
forget
not-
about it and forget about it.
Webster's not going to tell you how this is defined. I could tell you that much. But that's what I love about it because it's a forgotten word. And when I learned it, it was relatable to when I heard stories about my grandmother, broke as shit. Her father was a coal miner. She didn't have a good upbringing, and she had so much adversity. But she would refer to the more privileged white people. Sorry about that. In our neighborhood, they were Anglos, as in
Anglos.
as in Anglo-Saxons, right?
So a middle-income family was an Anglo-Saxon.
An
basically?
Anglo, you know, and don't quote me on this, but in this context, an Anglo was, you know, you're coming from more British descent
Oh,
or
okay.
Northern European, Western European, and so you were in this country longer, much longer
Okay,
than
I
what my
get
grand.
it.
So you were more naturally more better off. So she referred to them as Anglos, and it kind of had that same little bit of sting to it, that little bit of resentment and jealousy that I
Yeah.
sensed that Medigans had too from my Jersey friends.
Okay.
So I love that word, Medigans. I decided, let me rebrand it. Because here's the thing. Everybody always comes up to me and says, you're Italian American. I said, yes, thanks for recognizing. But, you know, I don't know Italian, unlike Angela, right? I'm third, fourth generation American. So I myself am a Medigan, right?
Right. I'm a Calabrese.
There you go. There you go. But it's, so I kind of took it, embraced the word, and flipped on its head. And I needed a brand to cover me beyond my stand-up comedy so I could pivot into other ventures.
And
which
how long did it take you to get this whole thing rolling? Probably not long at all, right?
I don't know. You know, everything's a work in progress, right?
Well, you
Still
grow and
continue
you
to
grow, right?
Yeah. So I had to do some things like get trademarks for the word and build a website and some branding. And there's still plenty of room for projects underneath. I just launched my first project under the Medigan brand.
What'd you launch? What is it?
It's called Agita, which what you saw.
Agita! I get Agita all the time.
Yeah, I know.
Congratulations.
We all get. Thank
So
you.
what are you doing with Agita?
Appreciate it. So it's a comedy showcase.
Oh,
And here at the Medigans, we want to target communities that really could use some comedy, right?
there you got one right here.
Yeah, so we had 2 shows already. Just had my second one last night. We've been selling them out.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Is it in Manhattan now most of the time?
No, we're actually Hoboken, my old
Oh,
neighborhood.
Hoboken. That's even better.
Just a few blocks
You
away
should
where I
call
used to
Johnny
live.
the pizza guy.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah, he knows everybody. I could give
In
you a few
Hoboken?
Jersey people I know.
Got it.
My friend
connect.
actually is staying at my house tonight. She's from Jersey. I'm going to hook you up to her. She knows everybody.
Oh, I
there.
love it. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
her name
Valentina.
is Patricia, and she used to have a company called Bucket List Tours, and that was what you did. You got on her bus,
Yeah.
and it was all Italian people, and you had pepperoni, and you had wine, and you sang Italian songs, and you went to wherever,
Yeah.
and you didn't have to drive, and then you went to that nice Italian restaurant there, had spaghetti and meatballs. It was a blast. But she, under the COVID, she kind of had to, put it down. But she's still there, and she's part of the Sons of Italy, and she lives in a development where our Italians live. So
Wow.
I'll hook you up to her.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
She's
I
a great
appreciate
lady
that.
too.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So you branched out and made agita.
Made agita.
So give me an example of what you say on agita.
She's like, dance, monkey, dance. So you got to pay to play. I'm sorry. You got to pay to play.
Right.
Well, hopefully you'll see some of the humor come out with this talk show today.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't wait.
Yeah.
So you have agita, you have Medigans. What else do you have?
That's what we got going on right now.
Now, are you
aside from-
alone or do you have a staff?
Right now, it's just me. operating, but I'm actually looking into having an assistant producer. I don't want to give out any names yet because there still has to be some conversations, crunch some
Sure.
numbers. But I do have vendor partners, right?
Oh, like Italian people?
Not necessarily.
Like food and things like that, or no?
No, not with that. Vendors such as I have a disco jockey.
Oh,
DJ
okay.
Rizzo, he's been so generous. He keeps on refusing pay, and I have to stuff cash in his pocket on his way out.
Really?
Like my grandmother back in the day, right? But he is,
Really?
he truly is a partner in this. I also use Von Crew Media. They've been awesome, doing
That's
a lot
great.
of shoots and helping with the promotions.
Jerry Ferretti's in. He's saying hi. He's the film producer.
Oh, hi, Jerry.
Jerry, you got to meet this guy.
Jerry.
I would love to meet you, Jerry. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, so you basically have a lot of people that have helped you along the way.
Certainly, it takes
and
a village.
You're helping them. Yeah,
You know
that's
that.
what I
It takes
just
a
said
village.
that yesterday.
Sometimes you have to pay for it. Sometimes you have to pay it forward in other ways, and that's how it should be. You know.
Well, and the harder you work at these things, the more good you feel. Like we spent 5 days together in the last 9 days, and by last night I just said I'm wilting. And I was waiting, and I didn't hear anything.
were
No
great.
one said anything to go home. And I'm like, I waited a while, and I'm like, can I have some water? And then I'm like, I'm wilting. They sent me home
You're
finally.
fantastic.
Yeah, but
Valentina.
it's tough. I didn't realize how much hours goes into each scene when
It's a
you're
lot.
creating a movie.
It's a lot.
But I'm having a ball, and
That's
I'm going to
awesome.
be 70. So you
Good
know,
for you.
God bless.
yeah. And
Good
in the
for you.
movie, I'm going to be 72.
Is that right?
So no, 70 as well.
Oh, 70
So
as well.
it's basically who I really am. Only I'm not a bitch. I'm nice.
Well, you have to play one. So
This one, she plays a mean daughter-in-law. She really does.
well, it is what it is.
Yeah, and she
As-
does
as
some
Cindy
acting.
Seville says.
Yeah. Yep. And so anyway, so tell me more about the shows. Like, give me some little cues.
I'll tell you this. This isn't an open mic. And open mics are great and necessary.
Yeah, leave it on the table. Is it working now?
Hey, can you guys hear me
I
now?
wanted to tell my
Okay.
sister to get on.
Yeah. Yeah. So go ahead.
So this showcase, it's not an open mic, which an open mics are great. They're
Sure, that's
necessary
how you get
for
to know everyone, right?
yeah, and that's how you earn your stripes and you get going. For a lot of people, this is a professional comedy showcase. So they're all professional comics. It's a professional production, really incredible audio equipment. We have top-notch comedians from Comedy Central, NBC, Netflix, viral on TikTok and Instagram, and all those social media.
That's terrific.
I mean, we're talking about people that have hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram.
We
and-
like those.
yeah, so I've been very fortunate. I've got to meet a lot of my friends who are extremely humble and willing to just have fun and do these shows. And we make sure we pay those comics too.
When comics get paid, they're happy. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Absolutely, that's great.
It's not an easy run in the beginning. It takes a long time to get paid, from what
Yeah.
I've heard.
Absolutely, it doesn't
Yeah.
pay well. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, but if you love it, eventually things happen. If you do passionately what you love, then shit happens.
Yeah.
That's basically that. I believe in that. You know.
I do too.
So now you live in a nice area in Manhattan.
I'm fortunate. I do. I live with roommates in a walk-up, so we pay for that.
Oh, so you live with roommates. So
Yeah.
basically, you guys have a blast all the time.
We try to. Yeah, I've been living with these guys for a while. They're from my hometown.
Are they funny too?
Funny, not on stage, but they're funny in the apartment.
Yeah. So
They're
those
funny
are,
just being.
that's the kind of thing where you could actually make your own play,
Yeah,
just
that's right.
based on 4 guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
we could bring all 4 of them on someday and just have a great time. It could be somebody's birthday.
Yeah.
We do things like that. We've even done a baby shower where the woman didn't know, or a "Can you marry me" kind of thing. You know. So this show is about everything and nothing.
Right.
It could be about your turtle. It could be about your organization, your charity event, your show, you, or acting, or a movie, or just so we get the right people and mix
Sure.
in on the show. And that's how it grew. So you're growing, I'm sure. How many, and you're getting a lot of people to watch as well, or you don't do it, it's all live?
No, I do it all live right now. I'm being strategic, trying to make sure I know when I want to release content online.
Exactly.
It is the future, and that's what people do.
It is, and we have a great guy here in case you need anything. We have good people that help us.
That's right.
And
That's
these
great.
these kids from Casual Crew, they're fabulous. I hire them in a
Amazing.
minute if I could, if I wanted.
And you
That's
know what?
awesome.
You're all young, so you have a whole future ahead of you.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
and
that.
you're
Bright,
young
so
enough that
bright.
you're starting it. Rosemary Tenorino was watching. She's another fan. I'm seeing if any of your friends are watching here.
Hi,
They're
Rosemary.
all working. Yeah,
that's
Rosemary,
right.
thank you for watching. Well, they'll
We're not
see
big
it
on
later.
Facebook either, you know.
Yeah, well, you gotta be.
Yeah.
I
You got to be big on
let
social
me tell you
media. I didn't like
something.
any
Yeah,
social media.
Instagram too.
I made an Instagram just for comedy. I hated it. I really do
It's
hate
good,
it.
though.
It is. It's necessary. It's a
It's
necessary, evil.
necessary. It really is.
Yeah.
And even LinkedIn is good because a lot of people,
Mm.
I get a lot on LinkedIn
Sure.
just because they see that you're on and then they see who is she or who is Gregg.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of that.
Who is
those
this
kind
guy?
Of, yeah. And then you're so handsome, a lot of women will be checking in. to
Who's
see
this
who
skinny
the hell
guinea
are
guy?
you? Yeah. So, what else can you tell me about it? You know, let's talk some funny stuff.
So we just had our second showcase, and we're doing once a month at this point. But we're hoping, you know, if we have some Hoboken people or Jersey people tuning in, even Manhattan, we have plenty of New York City fans coming in.
So where do you do it though? Where in
Right now, it's at Willie McBride's.
Willie McBride's? And what is that?
Willie McBride's is a restaurant and pub in Hoboken. They also have other locations, but they've been super awesome. So
Okay.
we hope to continue this partnership with them.
That's
The
great.
staff is really great, management, ownership. They've
So
been
you're going to
fantastic.
be just once people start finding out what you're doing, you're going to be busy.
I'm already busy.
think he already is.
I'm already
Really?
busy.
So you have booked, but you're all in Jersey.
No, so I perform as an independent performer outside
Okay.
of my showcase.
Okay.
I perform mainly in Manhattan.
Okay. So
But
you're a
I'm pro-
Manhattan guy, but you don't come to Long Island. You came today.
I went to Long Island a few times, right? So I love having an excuse to come out. Yeah.
Okay.
So
and
hopefully I
what
have
about
more
private
excuses to come
parties?
out.
Do
Yeah.
you do that?
I haven't done a single private party yet, but I
But
need to
you-
start putting myself out there.
Yeah,
for 'em.
you should.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely would.
Because you
be
know,
interesting.
people right now, I'm finding out. I work with a lot of performers. My four Sinatra guys
Yeah.
are so busy right now. All of a sudden, because people are finally saying, "I want to have fun. I want to go
Good.
out,"
It's great.
and so that's a good sign.
That's awesome.
And a lot of them, once they do at a restaurant, and the place is full, they get a client for a party, and it goes back and forth. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a lot to be said for doing it by yourself as well, because that's in your pocket, and you're not paying anybody.
Sure, it's not sustainable for once you hit that certain growth potential,
Right.
right? But to start off, you gotta just roll up your
Well,
sleeves
even
and do
Jerry Ferretti, he's an Elvis singer. He still does it,
it. Yeah.
and he's great. And you know, it's like when you're an Elvis singer, you can get the young ones and the old ones and the midlife.
Yeah.
You know.
Sure.
So now your parents are in midlife, or what? You know, around midlife, 50s to 70s, or
Yeah. Yep. They're in
Yeah.
the 60s. Yeah.
yeah. So they would love us because that's how this whole thing started. 50 plus.
Sure. Yeah.
A lot of good people. People have gotten together. You know, not one marriage, but you know, fun and things like that. We had a dating show once for 50
fun.
plus.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, it is
Yeah, we
fun.
do anything. Really, we do.
That's great.
So now, are you an available candidate for dating?
I am. I'm single.
Whoa,
That was quite the way to
girls!
say that I'm single, huh? I'm available candidate.
That's
for dating.
great. That's good, because we get a lot of.
I
get
should
a
put
lot
that
of,
on my dating profile.
You
Available
should definitely
candidate
should on your
for
Facebook.
dating.
Well, I just learned about that thing when you say in a relationship, everybody knows then. I didn't know. I didn't know that when you put a check, you would get a ton of messages. So,
Well,
who's
lucky
the
you.
man?
Not
I didn't
everybody,
know
Miss
that.
Valentina.
I'm sorry. I
Not
didn't.
everybody's in demand like you, huh?
No, I just know it was a long time. Jenny's watching as well. Hi, Jenny. So we have a lot of regulars here watching me today. She's in the audience, too.
That's funny.
Mariana, what do you think, Mariana? She's a regular. She's always on. So give us some more comedy. Let's hear some other funny things. Do you have like a thing you do, like when you're standing up there, like with a dance or like moving?
Yeah,
or
don't dance. No.
No dancing?
No dancing for
What
me.
about one of these things?
Can't
like
say I do
this,
that.
or like this, or what?
I'll tell you this. Although I'm not here to crack jokes and give away my material, it's anecdotal comedy, meaning that it's based off of my experiences, my family and friends' experiences.
A lot of real life.
A lot of real life. Premises are real, and then you use your imagination to make it palatable for the audience. And sometimes you don't use your imagination at all because that could be that funny.
My daughter and granddaughter are watching. Jennifer and Caitlin.
Oh.
Happy birthday, Caitlin. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, Camille DeMarzo, and happy birthday, Jackie Giortino and Jackie and Angela. We have 5 birthdays today.
Jeez.
So
Popular
guess
day.
what?
Yeah.
This nice man brought us these great crullers and what were they called?
Those are eclairs.
Eclairs from New York City.
Yeah.
So thanks for
The
watching,
big
Jen.
New York City.
We just also congratulated all the Pride people today as well. You missed it because you weren't on early. They're from Maryland. And they are the greatest. And they are the band, the Coronas.
I was just in Ocean City, Maryland.
You were. I don't think
Yeah.
that's far from
I got
her.
torched out there. I went on a pontoon boat. I got fried.
Well, you look tan. You
Well,
don't
because
look
my,
red.
my skin peeled away. That's why.
Well,
looked like I was shedding
I
a
go
second
there,
skin.
And I love it there, but I don't know if it's close to Ocean City to
Yeah.
where she is. But when I go, I'm just like, it's great. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, it is. I
But
used to
can you-
grow up going there.
Yeah. Oh, you did.
Yeah, we would go there every summer. Yeah, I don't know why Northeast Pennsylvania would go to Ocean City, Maryland.
And
you know,
they
you think
have a
Jersey
horse
Shore would be-
country up there too.
Is that right?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of horses and
Oh
they
yeah,
have all
the
kinds
wild
of
horses.
Pretty things to do.
They
up
do.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm thrilled they're watching because she just turned 18 and she's going to George Washington University. My
Whoa,
granddaughter.
that's a great university.
I'm feeling pretty old, let me tell you. And it says, happy birthday to the 2 Jens, too. Hi, 2 Jens. So we got people telling them hello.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, it is awesome. So how do people watch you? And
So you could find me on my website or my Instagram, right? The Medigans is my website, both as a performer and the brand. You could also find me on Instagram, Bradley Marco David as a performer. I put flyers out there when I'm performing. Not every show will I put it out there, but some of the really cool ones too. And that's a good way to come find me at a comedy show. Now outside of that, I do Ajita Comedy. That's Ajita Showcase, you know.
Ajita Showcase. I
Yeah.
love it. Ajita Comedy.
You know what's fun about that showcase is I ask all my comics after they perform or before off stage, and I film them. I ask for the consent to do this, but I film them and ask them, what gives you Ajita, right? And it's just fun, exclusive content that I can use for the Instagram to help promote it and kind of show this different light of comics because sometimes we are different when we're off the stage, right? We're not always in performer mode. I
Right.
think everybody can relate to that.
Right.
And so it's nice to kind of see a different lens, right?
Definitely. And when you people, well, I like getting people off guard, especially comedians, because they just come out with such unbelievable things.
Yeah.
You know? So that's great. I'm telling you, I can't wait to see one of these. You got to get to Long Island, though.
I
Otherwise,
know.
I need
I'm
someone to
gonna
drive me because I get lost very easily.
Yeah, yeah. Not easy trip.
So
though,
I'll
but
let's
drive
talk
you.
about
I'll
you.
drive you.
Angela's like,
Let's
all
talk
right,
about
I guess
you.
so.
First of all, the picture of you with that fur on.
Oh.
I found it. I'm like, what? Was that your wedding?
So I'll tell you a little story about that. My husband and I had our 25th wedding anniversary
Okay.
5 years ago. It was also the year my mom passed away. And my mom was a seamstress, so she made my wedding gown.
Oh, okay.
So had it up in the attic. So I said, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. It was September 12th. I said, I'm going to fit myself into my wedding gown. You're going to get into a suit. And we have 2 boys, now 27 and 24. And I said, you're both going to get dressed up, and we're going to go take pictures. I said, in honor of my mom. I said, what is it
What
doing
a
up in
nice
the attic?
idea.
So I starved myself for a couple of weeks, and I got myself into the wedding dress, and we went and took pictures for our 25th wedding anniversary, and that happens to be one of my mom's stalls.
It's a
mom's mink
beautiful stall.
Yeah, so
Wow,
my
that's-
sister took the pictures.
That was a nice thing to do.
Yeah, now it's back in the attic, and we're having our 30th wedding anniversary in September, so I said, we're doing the same thing.
How nice
Gonna
is
keep
that?
Good for you.
As long as
And
I
you're going to
can
have a
get
little
into it.
party, right?
No.
No?
No, we just a little party, just us 4, you know.
You have 2
Might
children?
go away. 2 boys. I have 2 boys.
So what's it
men,
like having
men.
only boys, huh?
It was great. I always say I would have 10 more boys. They're great. I have a niece. I love her to death. So I have
Tell my mother that.
I kind of have a daughter, you know. I treat her as my daughter, and she's great.
Well, it's
She's
nice when you have
great.
a niece and you
Yeah.
have only sons.
Yeah, and my sister and I are so close, so
Well,
she's
there's
like my
nothing
own
like
daughter.
a sister. Exactly.
know,
She's
I
younger than
know.
you?
No, she's older. She's
Oh,
2
okay.
years
Well,
older
then
than
a
me.
si- older
She was actually
sister.
born in Rome, so she's a real Roman.
Wow.
And then they came here, and I was born. So, but it's all
Jeez.
good.
That's
yeah,
great.
yeah.
You know, when Greg is here, he does all this fancy stuff that I'm trying to do right now.
Is
I
that
don't know.
right?
You're multitasking.
Yeah,
But
you are
You're
I'm,
doing
multitasking.
pretty
I'm
well.
trying, but it does.
What are
Is
you
that
trying
the
to do?
whole
Well,
Facebook
sharing. I'm
thing
sharing,
going?
So, but you know, I'll share more later because I don't like not looking at my guests. But when Greg is here, we have a big wall here because he doesn't like me looking at him when he's doing things
Is that right?
because he says I'm nosy.
Oh,
So he puts a wall
Okay.
up. It's real.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's so I don't look at him because then he gets mad.
yeah.
So look at this book I got. Okay, everybody needs to get this book. It's not you, it's me.
oh,
Is that a great book?
Yeah.
This is a book, How to Heal Your Relationship with Yourself and with Others.
love it.
Isn't that a
Sounds
great
like
book?
every
Did you read
breakup
that?
I've ever had.
I got it at the dollar store. Would you believe this? I
Yeah.
guess it didn't sell very
You can
good.
get anything at the dollar store.
Yeah, I buy a lot in the dollar store. This warning, this book will make you feel deeply in love with yourself. Is that amazing?
love it. Did you read it?
Not yet.
Okay.
What
let
if
us
I
know.
told you that a difficult relationship, be it with a partner, a friend, a relative, or a colleague, or with your job, your diet, or your body, was sent your way to challenge? You can find your way home to you with this book. I thought it was a great book to read. So I'm going to read it over the weekend.
Let us know how it is.
Yes.
Give
And
us
then,
a Spark Notes version of it.
Yes. I always check Newsday. And there was a thing in here which really caught my eye. Paranoia. My boyfriend tracks my periods. Okay?
What?
That's a hell of a headline.
Is that unbelievable?
You got me reading.
He's
my
30.
goodness.
He's 30. And unless you left
Oh, my
something
God.
out, he is self-supporting, he is reasonably mature, and has no health issues. If a reasonably mature and healthy, self-supporting 30-year-old is this manically opposed to certain things, then he needs to take full responsibility. The reason he checks them, because he wants an effective birth control for his girlfriend. So he checks her periods every month because he figures out what he needs to
I
find out.
learn something new every
Is
day.
that unbelievable?
Wow.
Okay.
Oh,
Terrell Maurice, he's showing. Terrell is our new comic that did the spot in the movie.
Oh,
Hi,
that's
Terrell.
awesome.
Nice to see you. You want to meet this gentleman? He's terrific.
hi, Terrell.
And also we have, who is this? Oh, Jennifer Amaran. She's watching as well.
Let's announce that Jennifer's in the back for the third time, huh?
Yeah. So another good thing I saw in Newsday today was graduation caps. Who would ever think that kids would now decorate their own caps?
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it.
They've been doing
It's
that for
really
years now.
pretty.
huh?
Look at all these pretty caps, what they did.
Much more creative than me.
Yeah, which is really
Oh,
nice.
That's a wrap.
Yeah, really nice. So anyway, let's get back to you. I just wanted to talk about that boyfriend thing and that book because I thought it was kind of matched.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I'd say get rid of him,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, that's
a
a
little
pretty big red
paranoia.
flag. If there's such a thing as a red flag, that's
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Interesting.
So when did you start acting?
So I started pretty much that same year, 2017, when my mom had passed.
Oh, right
and-
after that.
Yeah, but
Somehow
I was in
people-
healthcare for 20 years prior
What'd you
to
do in
that.
healthcare?
I was medical billing. I was
That's
manager,
boring.
director, and
Oh, it's good money, but it's boring.
yeah, and I just realized
You had
I
enough?
can see I wasn't going to be there for the next 20 years or
How long were you there, though?
20 years. I did
Okay.
that, but I had a family. I was I did that. I raised my boys, and then it was time to make some changes. I took a leap of faith and I left
Wow.
that industry and started to just kind of dabble a little in the background.
And was it scary?
Very scary.
And
Takes
how
a
did you?
whole
to
lot of
leave, right?
courage.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, it
make
was
the
scary
change.
because I've always had this career, and but I knew I wasn't in the right place anymore. So my husband was very supportive, and
That means a lot.
it sure does.
When you
It wasn't
change
easy.
jobs. If
It
your
wasn't
mate is
easy.
not
Yeah.
behind you, you're dead.
Correct. And I'll never forget the first 2 weeks after that. It was tough because, I woke up and I didn't have to go to this 9 to 5
And
job.
you were probably bored, right?
Yep.
Did
So
you
I
eat ice
started
cream
to get-
cones in the car?
No.
That's what I did.
No, but I love to work. I really do. I enjoy
Yeah.
working, but I started to do part-time jobs. I substitute teach in the district.
Oh,
I
that's
started to
right.
do
That's
that
how you
right
started
away.
the teaching, right?
I worked in a gym. I now work at Kerber's Farm in Huntington, and then I started to do background, and I went in for background on a movie, and they bumped me up to a principal role, and that's how I got into SAG.
Wow.
So from there, I knew I was on the right track. And I
Yes.
just kind of took it. I have no
That's a
expectations.
That's a
huge
good
deal.
story.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
extremely difficult
1 month
to
in,
happen.
when I just
Wow.
started, and then I started taking classes on Long Island.
Wow,
And
that's great.
You were on the Many Saints of Newark, right?
yes, I was, but as background, I played Carmine's wife.
Because you and I
And
were
that's-
both on that, but we didn't know each other at the time.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we
Really?
Unbelievable.
crossed
I had
paths, but had no idea.
Yeah.
It's funny.
And what other
The
things? were you on?
Irishman.
You
Oh,
were in The
that's awesome.
Irishman and
Yes,
as
I
an
was a
extra?
seamstress. Yeah,
So then you
but-
know my friend,
Who's your friend?
the white-haired guy. He'll kill me. Bensavenga.
Do I know him?
Tom Bensavenga.
No.
He's one of the
He's
big
the
men.
big deal.
And
Okay.
also
I'd
the
have
other
to look.
one, Joe Simonera.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he made
So
the movie,
same, yeah.
and I'm very close with them too.
Oh,
We
okay.
did their red carpet.
Oh, okay.
Believe it or not,
Oh,
by
nice.
accident. They came here. They came on the show, and they invited us, and we just were there. And there was a red, that was pretty nice. It was at a big hall, and we wound up getting up there, and we did it. This is the things that happen to us,
Awesome.
like I believe you have to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
I
And
agree.
shit happens in plain English. And if you're always good to people, it comes back to you.
100%.
So for everything you do for someone, it does come back to you. Maybe not tomorrow, but it takes time, but it does come back.
It does.
And that's why
It
the
does.
Breakfast Club we're considered a community. And business needs community. And if every business person would get in touch with their community, they'd have double the business. But for some reason,
sure.
some of them don't, because they think they're too much up here. So
They're
Cindy
missing
Savelle is watching.
Oh, there she is.
Hello,
Love
Cindy. She has a talk show.
Is that right?
Cindy, you got to meet this gentleman. He's a doll. You
Hi,
want him.
Cindy. Bradley
You're
Marco
going to meet
here.
tons of talk show people.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what
fantastic.
happens. We all help each other. Cindy is beautiful. She wrote a book. The name of it is, what is it?
It is what it
It
is.
is what it fucking
Fucking
is.
is.
That's the name of her book.
Exactly.
We were just
She's-
missing a few words.
And
there.
she's beautiful. She's gorgeous. And
Wow.
thank you for everything you did over the weekend. I really appreciated it.
Mm.
Your daughter is beautiful. Her daughter is in one of my granddaughters.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, in the show.
Okay. I
Yep.
was,
And Cindy and Michelle Astor, who has the talk show,
yeah.
are two very popular, sexy women
Mm.
that talk to the men in the show. I can't give away too much, but we have a great crew. It's just wonderful. It really is. So anyway, getting back to you, we keep interrupting you.
That's okay.
So
yeah, so-
now you
and then-
teach, right? You're a
Yeah, I'm a
substitute
substitute
teacher.
teach. So I wanted I knew I did not want to go back to a 9 to 5 job.
Yeah,
That wasn't
I
going to
don't
be me,
either.
and I wanted to just have flexibility.
So you're in your second act.
yes,
I'm in my third act.
exactly.
And you're in your first act.
First act.
You're the
Exactly.
baby here.
I'm
Yes,
the baby.
He is.
Yes.
He could be my son. This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be my grandson.
Yeah,
This is true.
such a cutie.
Yeah, really.
Thank you, guys.
And you managed to
good
live
soul.
in Manhattan with the rich and the famous.
Yeah. Is that what you call it?
That's what
Yeah.
I say. Bright
Please
future.
don't let my roommates know that. I'll go right to their heads. they're not rich nor famous, so
No, okay. Well, do they all do what you do, or no? They different kind of jobs.
no, they're not in the creative work, but they're awesome. I mean,
Good.
these guys. One kid I grew up with, another kid I met in middle school, high school.
Wow, so you stayed close.
I keep this nuclear group with me. You know,
Italians
I
do
take them
that,
with them.
you
Those are
know.
the best.
Yeah,
But it doesn't mean you're friends with Italians, but they just have that way.
Absolutely.
that's right.
So you cook, or you go out to eat all the time?
Oh, I love to cook. I don't
You
cook
like
as.
to cook? We
I
have
cook-
cooks on, too.
Is that right?
We had a
They
delicious
could teach me a
meal
few things or
3
two.
weeks ago. We had a delicious meal. He wrote a book, too.
Mhm.
and he came and cooked on the show. It was terrific. He's from Floral Park, where I grew up. Very nice man.
That's
You are
awesome.
very
Yeah.
popular.
No, we you know what it is?
She
I
is.
I
She
leave
networks
my
with everybody.
I love
seeds
it.
everywhere.
That's
I
great.
believe, in my book, you'll see when you read it, is get up,
Yeah.
get dressed, show up. Every single day. When you're unemployed, if you stay home, you're not doing
Yeah.
anything positive. And the reason I asked you about the ice cream when you were out of work, because in my book it says, in the beginning, I was in the car crying a lot. I was mental at the time. I'm looking at cars next to me, and they are going to work, and I'm like, yeah, going to work, you bitch. Then I go to Dunkin' Donuts and get an ice cream cone,
Oh, yeah.
But really, unless you keep busy and go to things and meet people, nothing's going to happen. The resume is going in the garbage.
Yeah, it's true. You got to put yourself
Very
out
true.
there.
Teresa Capitelli's watching. Thank you, Teresa.
Hi,
Notice a
Teresa.
lot of
Hi,
Ellies
Teresa.
and all these Ellies and all that is watching.
Man, Freddie, Janetti, Zanetti. How many we got?
It's a good idea for you. You should join the Sons of Italy
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
in Manhattan.
Could you just join it, or
Yeah.
got to be asked?
Just
Huh?
no. You could say I told you to join.
Okay, you
But
got
there's
it.
plenty of them. I go to the one here in Lynbrook.
That's awesome.
But I've
Yeah.
met some great people through
Yeah.
the Sons of Italy.
I
And
bet
my
Frankie
daughter,
is probably involved in that, in the
my
New York City
granddaughter-
chapter, right?
Maybe.
yeah, my granddaughter
have one
just
in
got a
Glen Cove.
scholarship
Yeah.
from them for college.
You know, have you guys heard of Unico?
Yes, I tried to get her in there, but it was too late.
Yeah, I
Unico
applied
is
my heart out for
huge.
scholarship when I was a teenager. I was in
I was too
college.
late.
Yeah, I didn't make the cut either.
But it's good. It's Unico. If I would have gotten her in time, she would have done well. Viviano Maria is watching. Hi, Viviano Maria. How are you? She's a beauty queen. She models. And
that's
she's
awesome.
she's very attached to a big Italian scholarship as well. What's the name of your fun thing we went to where we met Chris, the opera singer that works for Donald Trump? Definitely want to know
A
about
lot of
that.
prospects, Bradley.
Chris Macchio. He is Donald Trump's personal performer.
Wow.
Wow.
And we met him. Susan was with me. We were at a great event, and we sat with some great people, and Viviano was one of them. Ciao, Bella, she says, gotta go. She didn't answer me.
High and by, right? I appreciate
Nice to
those
have
people.
you check in, honey. Very good.
That was like my grandmother. She'd talk to you for 30 seconds. She'd be love to see you, and then she'd be like, all right, get out.
Well, that's like
The
my
Celtics
sister.
are on.
My
I gotta-
sister.
I
her
gotta
name
watch the
is,
Celtics.
Her name is, well, she was Tassoni, but she's Liz Box. So she's just Liz Box. That's my sister.
Yeah.
And she's very different than me. Very, very different. And when people meet her, it's like, she's so
Your
quiet.
sister.
Yeah.
My sister and I are total opposites also.
But
Mm,
she
got out the
also does,
contrast,
if
right?
you ever need CPR training, she has her own company. She lost her job at the Red Cross and she opened her own company. And she does CPR training.
Good for her.
Here we go. She came back, Viviana.
She did. Welcome back.
Polizzi Generosa. That's the name of the fundraising organization.
Got it.
That
We'll
is
have to
full,
jot that
like
down.
300 people. You'll see it when you see the show. It's all
Sure.
here. Thank you, honey. I appreciate it. I'm from Polizzi Generosa, where Dolce e Gabbana is from.
Oh,
Okay.
Wow.
Grazie, grazie, honey, grazie.
Look at this.
So they're all people that are very
She is
helpful.
like,
whiz.
you have real Valentina.
science.
I'm impressed.
You're talking to two
I
people
love it.
live, managing us. You got your crew back here, and then you have
She's saying
endless amount of people at your
she's saying
fingertips.
she loves you.
She loves me.
See,
Oh,
see
that's
that? I
sweet.
make people
Thank you
love
for
each
that.
other, too.
Why wouldn't anyone love him?
This
Oh,
is
you guys
true.
are making
Do
this
you
guy
love
blush,
him?
huh?
That's the
He's a
question.
cutie patootie. I love him like my sons.
You guys are awesome.
No, I know. He's a great guy.
He
But
is.
so
I
are you,
I
honey.
told you.
Mm-hmm.
I told you. that.
She's going to train me now.
I'm going to train you?
Well, what you did it the last few days.
I am gonna
She
train
put me
you.
in the
Hey,
corner.
you're gonna
She
have to pay for that, though.
Listen.
No,
That's what
no.
she said to me. Listen, she said. And
It's
she
all
taught
about
me what to
listening.
do.
Acting is all about listening and
It's like
reacting
if
and
I was
just-
supposed to say, it's not you, it's me, this is what she taught me. It's not. It's not you. It's not you, it's.
Yep.
It's not you, it's not you, it's me. And she taught me how to
Repetition.
memorize. In order to memorize, you have to
Wow.
say the
Well,
word
that's
once.
one little
and-
tool, but there's
Ah, I
a few
never heard of
tools
that
I
one.
can teach you.
And
that
then she
help
kept
you
use
saying,
those
because I wasn't listening.
Yeah, I could tell,
Listen.
because you were going,
Yep.
Stop
You were
looking over there.
Exactly. You have to really
That's
put, well,
my-
that's, I
we get
learned
in our
that
heads,
early
right?
on
Yeah.
in my acting
But I'm
class.
only doing this at 69, so
Well,
you know.
I started late too. It's a work in
but you're-
progress
you
for
are- Really is a
me,
skill.
getting that
Yeah.
muscle in the
But I
brain to-
appreciated how you took me
Yeah,
on this
no,
weekend.
and we
I
will,
really
we
did.
will continue.
Yeah.
You know,
We'll
on
get
that note,
together.
I'm going to generalize here, but I've noticed in my acting class, we're a pretty equal split of both males and females, right? The females are so much better at listening
Yeah.
and responding, right? Because we'll get up there, we're knuckleheads, and we're thinking about our next line or thinking
Right.
how we're looking. But I've noticed the females in my class in particular, first of all, they're awesome. They're so
Yeah,
good
well,
at
the
it.
granddaughters, they were great this
Yes.
weekend.
Yeah.
The young girls. Oh, and they look beautiful.
When you just respond naturally, it's such a beautiful thing, right?
Well, that's what
Exactly.
Jerry kept telling us, the filmmaker. You know, just learn it and then say what you want. And
Yeah.
if we like it, we keep it.
Get
Yeah,
the
it was
improv.
great.
That's a great. He's a director, you said.
Oh, he's also the filmmaker.
That's awesome to have
Yeah.
that liberty to be able to just kind of say what makes sense to you. That's really
And
great
because,
opportunity.
you know, the personality or whatever, you know. And,
Absolutely.
you know, sometimes I said the wrong thing, so they shut me up, you know. But, you know,
Somebody's got to, right?
Viviano's
Valentina?
back.
Yeah.
You have cute peeps on today.
Aw.
Isn't
it's
that
nice.
cute?
Yeah.
She's a doll. You
Look
got
at
to
the
meet
dimples
her.
on that one over there.
You really should try that organization because I'm gonna tell you, when I went, there were 300 people in the room.
Wow.
Yeah.
300.
That's awesome.
Hey, networking.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I tell
Sometimes
it's
I
all
teach
about.
people about when I coach, spend the $200 on the right thing,
Right.
not the wrong thing.
Sure.
Make sure it's what your
Sure, yeah.
interest is in, and then that's where you spend the money.
It's quite the advantage to know what to spend your money on and your time, right? To know
And
that
the
you
other
have good
thing is, I'm
instruction.
sure you already know this, have a reporter in your pocket at all times.
A reporter.
One reporter, only one.
Our cell phones. That's our reporter.
You keep your one reporter in your pocket. You buy him lunch. You talk to him because you know how many people he knows? At least 100.
You worked for corrupt politicians, right?
Yes, I did.
Just wanted to go on record.
But I also
You
did.
didn't learn that from them, did you?
No, I actually worked in media before, and I
wonderful.
worked in a newsroom
Yeah.
with reporters that were really tough. And when I first started, I hated it, and by the time I left, 15 years later, I cried my eyes out. But reporters know the world, and they look mean until you get to know them. Unless they have a food fight in a restaurant or something like that, which they did to me many times.
Yeah.
But
Oh, boy.
they're really good guys. And in my book, there's a whole chapter dedicated to reporters because I'm doing what I'm doing now because of where I worked with those goddamn reporters who really busted my shoes, but they taught me everything.
Sure. Well, I got to say, where you're sitting right now, you are a reporter.
Well, I sort of am, yeah. I
Yeah.
could be a reporter,
Yeah.
but
I
I'd
don't-
rather just
Yeah.
spread the news. you know?
Yeah.
Rosemary Gridley, how are you doing? Say hi to your husband. I hope he's doing better. She's another regular. She would love you as well. Glad you're watching, Rosemary.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
And, you know, basically now every one of these people are going to share you. You're going all over today.
I appreciate
And
that.
I'm going
Thank
to
you,
share
people.
you more when I get home because
Much love.
I can't do what Greg does. But
Yeah,
Greg is
multitasking.
amazing, you know.
I even struggled at it. In the beginning
Yeah.
of the show, I tried.
So now you brought us these delicious gifts.
You're like, I forgot again what they're called, huh?
Yes.
Eclairs.
Yeah, eclairs, because
Yeah.
Greg always steals everything from me.
Angela, make sure you help yourself. We have more eclairs over there.
Yeah, and
after
you
the
got your
show.
cookie chocolate
Yeah,
cupcakes, so happy
got my
birthday.
Yeah, you're loaded up now.
And you're
Thank
going
you,
out for
thank
lunch,
you.
right?
I
You're
am.
all dressed.
I am.
Are you
My
going
sister-
into Manhattan or here?
No, Huntington.
Where you going?
I have no idea.
Oh, it's a surprise?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
cool.
that's the best.
Yeah.
I like that. There's a lot of nice places in
I know.
Huntington.
Huntington's great.
Very nice.
Huntington's
Well,
great.
tonight is the hospitality ball. It's in the Crest Hollow Country Club. I'm lucky enough that I was invited, but I'm working the
fun.
registration booth. You know what a great find that is? Everybody that comes up gets a copy of my bookmark.
That's right.
Awesome. Wow, that's
So
great.
I'm actually working it tonight, and I'll actually make a few bucks.
You're
So.
gonna be by me.
Normally I do everything, you know, but yeah, I'm actually excited to go. If Greg was here, I would have invited him, but he's not, so he lost
I
out.
missed Greg again.
Yeah, Greg's losing out today.
He's missing out on the eclairs. He's missing out on
know.
the beautiful
Too
ball.
bad, Greg. Sorry. Also, Viviano's back. She said models, she's a model, are actors who don't speak.
Huh.
And she's saying LMAO. What does
Yes.
that mean?
laugh my ass off.
Oh, okay. Because
That-
see, I don't know all these
That might have
things.
just been my
It's
favorite
like
part of the
FOMO,
show.
Val.
I might have-
Okay, but I'm
Yeah,
old.
She is.
missing out. No, I just learned that one too.
She
She's
is a
saying,
whiz at the phone with 3
"Have a
screens in front
good
of her, but she
time.
had to ask what LMAO
Right
is.
now, I'm eating my favorite thing: besito, or and prime. What is that? Some kind of meal. She's at Besito
She's at Besitos, which is a
in
Mexican.
Huntington.
Yeah.
So
well,
she's telling you where to go, and she says, "I'm laughing at myself." Well, you're a doll, honey. Thank you for watching, and pass it to your friends. Tell them what a great show we have, and look at
Yeah.
these two great actors.
I thought that's pretty thought provoking too. Models are actors that stay silent. Right?
Yeah, because they just walk with grace. Something I
love
could
that.
never do. I could not be a model.
So yeah, they just walk with grace. Well, they also sounds like they also have to like put on different characters, but without using any words, just body language and facial
Yeah,
expressions.
and me, I trip, so I'm not allowed. Glenn, the printer, he's saying nice bookmarks. He made them.
Oh,
He's like, yeah, nice
Awesome.
bookmarks,
He's
right,
right down the
Valentina?
block. If you guys ever need printers, he's terrific.
Good to know.
And I could call him, and I could say to him, I need him in 24 hours, and he does it.
oh, that's great. Good to
But
know.
yeah, I'm like his sidekick. We just talk a lot.
You have great connections.
she
He's
does.
not Italian, but he likes Italians.
It's
He's
okay.
We like people of all
Jewish.
walks of life.
exactly.
The Jews and the Italians, they get
Let me
along
clarify,
great.
he's not Italian. But
Yeah.
he's okay.
She's saying she's laughing again, Viviano. So she's part of that group.
Good.
You definitely want to
Good.
get her name on
Yeah,
Facebook.
absolutely. Let's connect.
Yeah. So, we get sponsored by people for our show. So our sponsor today is the Tranquility Spa. They're located at 700 Franklin Avenue, Franklin Square. But in 2 weeks, we're having a big party. They're opening up a new one in Levittown. And it is the most gorgeous thing you want to see. They're building this salt cave I met the girl last night
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
you were
truck
talking about
with
that.
all the salt. And she was explaining how you have to do things in layers and it has to settle. So I'm watching this whole
Very
salt
cool.
cave get built. It's unbelievable. And they're also getting a machine that's for toxins in your feet. So when you put your feet in the water, you see all the disgusting things that are going to come out of it. And that's another good thing. It's for your health.
Yeah.
And we're going to be having a big ribbon cutting with the scissors this big. And we're going to cut the ribbon. And all the politicians are coming, and all kinds of people are coming. So
None of the corrupt ones,
That's
though.
great.
no, so that's coming up. So they'll be on the show the Thursday before the Friday that we're having the party, and it's great networking there too. And they're raffling off massages and all kinds of stuff that
That's
day.
cool.
So now Viviana is back. I think she likes us. She's saying Jewish men are great humans, and when you find the right Jewish man, you are a queen for him. So just breathe it in. I love it.
Let me tell you something about what my grandfather used to tell me about Jewish people, right? I didn't grow up with any Jewish people where I was. It wasn't until college where I was exposed to a Jewish culture, and it's really awesome. But he always told me, he said, listen, Italians and Jews are cut from the same tablecloth, except the table that we're covering serves better food.
That's something. You know what out here? She's again. Jewish men don't want us on the floor scrubbing. That sounds good.
Man.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, I think all men should not want somebody on the floor.
Well, how do you
scrubbing.
like this? I'm Italian calabrese all my life.
Yeah.
Okay, never know a thing about Irish. Guess who I'm dating? An Irishman. And so he's teaching
Super
me
nice one too.
about Irish, which we never ate Irish food.
Yeah.
We never went to Irish things. I don't know Irish music, and
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot. And he's the greatest. We call him Mr. P.
Mr.
Because
P.
he's very private, but you met him,
Love
and he's a sweetheart.
My hometown, a lot of my friends and family, I should just say friends, not my family, are half Irish, half Italian. Because we're a lot of mutts, right? Third, fourth generation.
Yeah, the mutts.
And I told my grandmother that. I said, yeah, my buddy AJ, he's half Italian, half Irish. And she's like, ugh, what a terrible mix.
Not really. From what I've seen, Italian and Irish, they make great babies.
That's
and
not
they're
what she
such
thinks.
nice people. They just blend really good.
Yeah,
And Irishmen love Italian food. I'm finding that out.
yeah.
So, but it's definitely an interesting thing that's happening to me after being married 49 years to the same person. And it's just a whole revival of a new person,
Sure.
So my Italian family obviously thinks I'm what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you have a show?
Don't listen to the
every now and
noise.
then they, like, we're putting you away. And then where I live in a senior community. Gregg comes with his motorcycle. Patrick comes with a car that's like outrageous. I have a lot of friends that visit, and they're always looking out the window. But they're a lot of fun.
Oh, that's
and we
awesome.
did a scene at my house for the movie, and there were people all over, and they were like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Oh, it's a wedding. We're doing a wedding video."
Yeah.
Because if we told them the truth, I'd probably have 1,000 people at my door. So, but
Smart.
this has been great. We also have a sponsor, Aura Puro Jewelers. If you need a good piece of jewelry for a girlfriend, your mother, 1033 Hempstead Turnpike, Franklin Square. Teddy and Christina, they are the greatest. They know us. They treat our customers very good. And Jackson Hewitt Prince, who is the tax man, and he helps a lot of our clients as well. So they're our regular sponsors.
And you know what auto puro is, right? What that means.
No, what does it mean? Love?
Pure gold.
Oh, pure gold. No, I didn't know that. Viviana, she's saying they don't like their food. Jewish is a very huge spectrum. It all depends which nationality. Israeli, Persian food. And she's saying, I can't relate to Irishmen, she said. We have nothing same with Sicilians, but all other cultures in Mediterranean for sure. Well, Viviana, let me tell you, meet an Irishman like I did, and you will relate. Because they are just wonderful, and they are very much for the woman. And that's a new thing for me, so. But anyway, this has been a great show. How do people reach you?
You can email angelacparker1@gmail.com.
And Facebook?
And Facebook, Angela Credenza Parker. Okay. And Instagram, Angela C. Parker 1.
Okay, and how do they reach you again?
So you can find me on Instagram. I have all those Instagrams, right? Bradley Marco David. You could search that. Bradley Marco. You'll find my website, the Medigans. You'll find Ajita Comedy on Instagram.
Ajita Comedy, guys. Listen to this. This is going to be great.
Exactly. So a lot of fun stuff going on, and I appreciate everybody who comes to support.
And Viviana, one more time, she says, okay, I'll try an Irishman. And if you want to meet an Irishman, go to the diner. That's where you meet them. And on that note, that's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Thank